I'm really, really sorry, everybody. I had to take a very quick shower.
She's back.
I am.
Good evening. And welcome again to How About Those Mezzos, the Nightfalls Gala celebrating our 33rd season, by now our 34th. I actually had to count out that number on my fingers to be sure. I just can't add. And it's our second gala in the brave new world of video concerts. We've had an amazing season against all odds and worked with people all over the world. Our audience has stretched across the country and as far overseas as Australia. It has been a wild ride, as you can tell. And to commemorate it, we have another wild ride for you, and we really do. A team of 9 sensational mezzo-sopranos to serenade you tonight.
We're leading off with Isabel Leonard, whose career took off when she was just out of school. And it's never stopped soaring.
Mm-mm.
You know, it's funny. She's Steve's downstairs neighbor in this building, and I actually was born in this building as well. Yes, that is the weirdest coincidence of all time.
Very special building.
Yeah.
Away in a manger.
So it's a little bit like a big musical family all ensconced in this one place. The only difference is that Isabel is kind of a superstar.
Ahem. Well, she came upstairs a few weeks ago to tape La Vie en Rose by Edith Piaf. Well, Piaf wrote the words, but a Spanish-born composer who took the name Louis Guy when he came to Paris, he wrote the music. Now, I read that Piaf first offered this song to several other prominent singers, and they all turned it down because they thought it was a dud. But when Piaf sang it, well, that was another story. So here's Isabel Leonard to put her own special shine on this classic.
Des yeux qui font baisser les miens, un rire qui se perd sur sa bouche. Voilà le portrait sans retouche de l'homme auquel j'appartiens. Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est lui pour moi, moi pour lui dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, me l'a juré pour la vie. Et dès que je l'aperçois, alors je sens en moi mon cœur qui bat. Des nuits d'amour à plus finir, un grand bonheur qui prend sa place. Les ennuis, les chagrins s'effacent, heureux, heureux à mourir. Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est lui pour moi, moi pour lui dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, m'a juré pour la vie. Et dès que je l'aperçois, alors je sens en moi mon cœur qui bat.
When I met Sasha Cooke for the first time, she was a master student at Juilliard. You know, the first day, she brought in a Fauré song. It was actually from the Chanson d'Ève. You know, and after just 2 phrases, I was absolutely enthralled by her. And I still have this huge crush on her and on her voice. You know, that first meeting, I thought maybe she ought to be coaching me on Fauré, not the other way around. I'm proud to say that she made her first New York recital appearance with Nightfoss.
Really?
Yeah, I think you did too, by the way.
Oh.
And now she's singing all over the world, from Tokyo to Ojai.
I was also entranced by Sasha the first time I heard her. She was singing in La Callisto before I attended Juilliard, and her performance basically convinced me that I would never be talented enough to get into Juilliard myself.
Well, you were completely wrong about that, thank God.
Well, thank God. That's where we met when I was
Yeah.
a student at Juilliard.
We did a lot of great stuff together there.
And Sasha, it's just, her voice is so luscious and velvety, and her color is so superbly mezzo-y. I was a fan from the start, basically.
Yeah. Well, one of the first pieces Sasha and I ever performed together was Out of My Dreams from Oklahoma. And, you know, I had my heart set on hearing her sing it again. Yeah, I know. I'm a hopeless romantic. And I got my wish. So here's Sasha Cooke and my arrangement of this Rodgers and Hammerstein tune.
Out of my dreams and into your arms, I long to fly. I will come as evening comes to woo a waiting sky. Out of my dreams and into the hush of falling shadows, when the mist is low and stars are breaking through, then out of my dreams I'll go into a dream with you. Won't have to make up any more stories. You'll be there. Think of the bright midsummer night glories we can share. Won't have to go on kissing a daydream. I'll have you
Hi, it's me, Anthony Roth Costanzo, and I am so thrilled to be here and part of this incredible evening with artists I respect so much, beginning, of course, with Stephen Blyer. Now, I don't know if you all know this story, but Stephen Blyer and I had a lesson together, a coaching, if you want to call it that, when I was 16 years old. Somebody, James Conlon, recommended Stephen Blyer, and I went in and we made music together. He calls me the Screaming Banshee. That's what I sounded like then. I probably still sound like that now. But I remember it as this pivotal moment in my musical history. And subsequently, I went to all of the Nifos concerts, and they were a revelation. Of course, the music that was made, but also the context that surrounded that music and how to think about music as it relates to us, as it relates to our world. That was all shaped by Nifos. So I am sending all of these people, all of these great artists, love and gratitude for the music you've made and the work that you've done over the years. And I will be a screaming banshee for this organization anytime. Thank you. Good night to everyone. And I hope to see you and make music with you all soon. Bye.
Oh my God, I love Anthony.
You know, I did not call him a screaming banshee.
Oh, really?
No, I called him a banshee.
That's not better.
That is a lot better.
Well, the next song, Corcovado by Antonio Carlos Jobim, was the first Brazilian song I ever sang. And maybe outside of some plebeian versions of Girl from Ipanema, it was the first Brazilian song I ever heard.
Wow.
And it was Steve who introduced me to it. I was going through a very stressful time in my life, and Steve gave me a number of brilliant and soothing jazz CDs as a gift. Yes, we listened to CDs at the time.
I still do.
And then he assigned me Corcovado to sing on one of his concerts. And boy, was it the right song. It speaks of calm and peace and the general well-being that comes with being truly in love. And I don't really know how, but somehow through learning and performing the song, I actually found just a little bit of that peace. And I think Corcovado came to me again at just the right time for this concert. But this time, the peace and love that I was missing was different. As it turns out, it was about the peace and calm that you feel when you finally get to perform with a friend again.
Yeah. You know, there was a moment, and I think you're going to see it on the video, when you did something so beautiful and subtle and unexpected, and I reacted to it all of a sudden. And, you know, it had been some months since I'd felt that spontaneous connection to music. It was like a rush of warmth in my body. And I don't know, after 14 months, I finally wasn't just playing the piano all by myself.
It's live music!
Yeah, I had a muse. I had you. So, thank you. Here's the magic of Jobim's Corcovado in my arrangement.
Cantinho, violão, este amor uma canção pra fazer feliz a quem se ama. Muita calma pra pensar e ter tempo para sonhar. Da janela vê-se o Corcovado redentor. Que lindo! Quero a vida sempre assim, com você perto de mim, até ou apagar a velha chama. E eu que era triste, descrente deste mundo,
felicidade, meu amor. That was actually the first time I heard that, so I'm quite pleased.
So am I.
The funny thing about friendships in the professional world of singing is that unlike what's called normal friendships, where, I don't know, you maybe run into people now and again in town and catch up every couple of weeks. Well, in the opera world, you usually catch up every couple of months or years. And usually in different places all over the world. And Kate Lindsay and I have had such a relationship, I'd say. Kate and I met each other in New York sometime around 2009 at the gym.
At the gym.
And then again in Hamburg, Germany, sometime around 2011. And then Aix-en-Provence, I think in 2013, anyways, and possibly other places that I can't even remember. But the unifying factor is the uniqueness and the high quality of the performance that Kate gives. At every performance, I always make sure to go see Kate when she's in town. She has got this one-of-a-kind stage personality with a luxurious and gorgeous voice that is distinctively hers.
Kate is going to be singing some Kurt Weill for us tonight. You know, I think I gave Kate her first Kurt Weill song. I can't swear to it. Mm-hmm. But all three of us have a deep connection to Kurt Weill's music. I mean, I played these songs literally hundreds of times.
Really?
Yeah, in the 70s and 80s with Martha Schlamm and Alvin Epstein. Oh. And then you won the Lale Lenny competition a few years back.
That is true. And Kate released a fabulous album with some of my favorite Kurt Weill songs on it called Thousands of Miles. Tonight, she'll be singing one of his sweetest tunes. It's one of my favorite, called That's Him from One Touch of Venus, as well as one of his most famous, and another favorite, The Saga of Jenny from Lady in the Dark.
So here's Kate Lindsay in two Kurt Weill songs. And may I say that we formed a perfect ensemble.
We're so humble.
Well, no, but it's kind of amazing because we were separated by the distance of one ocean and 3 weeks. Bear that in mind when you watch this.
Okay. Enjoy.
You know the way you feel when there is autumn in the air. That's him, that's him. The way you feel when Antoine factory. He's like a plumber when you need a plumber. He's satisfactory. You know the way you feel when you want to knock on wood. The way you feel when your heart is gone for good. Wonderful world, wonderful you. That's him. You can shuffle him with millions, soldiers and civilians. I'd pick him out. In the darkest caves and hallways, I would know him always, beyond a doubt. Identification comes easily to me, because that's him. You know the way you feel about the Rhapsody in Blue. That's him. That's him. The way you feel about a hat created just for you. That's him. That's him. You know the way you feel when you see fireflies glimmer. The way you feel when overnight your hips grow slimmer. Wonderful world, wonderful you. That's him. That's him. He's like a book directly from the printer. You look at him, he's so commensable. He's comforting as woolens in the winter. He's indispensable. You know the way you feel that you feel you should conceal. The way you feel that you know you shouldn't feel. Wonderful world, wonderful you. That's him. There once was a girl named Jenny, whose virtues were varied and many, excepting that she was inclined always to make up her mind. And Jenny points a moral with which you cannot quarrel, as you will find. Jenny made her mind up when she was 3. She herself was going to trim the Christmas tree. Christmas Eve she lit the candles, tossed the tapers away. Little Jenny was an orphan on Christmas Day. Poor Jenny, bright as a penny, her equal would be hard to find. She lost her dad and mother, her sister and her brother, but she would make up her mind. Jenny made her mind up when she was 12 that into foreign languages she would delve. And at 17 at Vassar it was quite a blow that in 27 languages she couldn't say no. Poor Jenny, bright as a penny, her equal would be hard to find. To Jenny I'm beholden, her heart was big and golden, but she would make up her mind. Jenny made her mind up at 22 to To get herself a husband was the thing to do. She got herself all dolled up in her satins and furs, and she got herself a husband, but he wasn't hers. Poor Jenny, bright as a penny, her equal would be hard to find. Deserved a bed of roses, but history discloses that she would make up her mind. Jenny made her mind up at 51. She would write her memoirs before she was done. The very day the book was published, history relates there were wives who shot their husbands in some 33 states. Poor Jenny, bright as a penny, her equal would be hard to find. She could give cards and spadies to many other ladies, but she would make up her mind. Jenny made her mind up at 75. She would live to be the oldest woman alive. But gin and rum and destiny play funny tricks. And poor Jenny kicked the bucket at 76. Jenny points a moral with which you cannot quarrel, makes a lot of common sense. Jenny and her saga prove that you are gaga if you don't keep sitting on the fence. Jenny and her story point the way to glory to all man and womankind. Anyone with vision comes to this decision: don't make up, you shouldn't make up, you mustn't make up, oh never make up. Anyone with vision comes to this decision: don't make up your mind.
For years, I watched the great Denise Graves seduce toreadors as Carmen and reduce Samson after Samson to a shriveled up 90-pound weakling when she sang Delilah. So naturally, I thought of her as formidable and forbidding. But in real life, Denise is a deeply kind and empathetic human being, and so gentle and generous. She sang with Nightfalls earlier this season, and I loved her performance of I Wish That I Knew How It Feels to Be Free so much that I literally burst into tears the first time I saw it.
And her pianist.
Oh my God, her pianist. Yeah, Joanne Armani Richardson.
Nice.
She blew me away completely. Amazing girl.
You know, for me, Denise is actually the one singer on the program who I've never met or performed with. And for me, she's almost more myth than human being. Like when I was in school, she was the diva with this voice that was supernaturally big and dark, and she was just so glamorous.
Well, Becca, newsflash, she still is.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Fair point.
So tonight, Denise and Joanne offer us one of my favorite jazz standards, Guess Who I Saw Today. And I think that Denise has a whole new career ahead of her in the world of cabaret.
You know, I actually don't know this song, so I'm so excited to hear it. Have fun.
You're so late getting home from the office. Did you miss your train? Were you caught in the rain? No, don't bother to explain. Can I fix you a quick martini? As a matter of fact, for to tell you the truth, I've had quite a day too. Guess who I saw today, my dear? I went in town to shop around for something new, and thought I'd stop to have a bite when I was through. I looked around for someplace near, and it occurred to me where I had parked the car. I'd seen a most attractive French cafe and bar. It really wasn't very far. The waiter showed me to a dark, secluded corner, and when my eyes became accustomed to the gloom, I saw two people at the bar who were so much in love that even I could spot them clear across the room. Guess who I saw today, my dear? I've never been so shocked before. I headed blindly for the door. They didn't see me passing through. Guess who I saw today? I could spot them clear across the room. Guess who I saw today, my dear? I've never been so shocked before. I headed blindly for the door. They didn't see me passing through. Guess who I saw today? I saw you. I saw you.
I'm watching all of these videos for the first time. I was really moved by that. Despite both of us working in this industry, I think I can safely say that both Steve and I continue to be starstruck by singers in the opera world. And I'm actually a little bit glad that this concert is remote, because I would probably be too intimidated by all of the talent on this program. And our next singer, Susan Graham, would probably be the worst for me. I'm completely and utterly in awe of her. I even did a show with her.
At the Met.
Yes, that's true. But I could barely talk to her because I was so starstruck. It was very embarrassing.
Well, Susan and I have managed to stay close, even though we really only see each other every 7 years. Let's see. That would mean I next get to give her an actual hug in 2024.
Oh.
Yeah, can't wait. I guess what we have, what you'd call an opera friendship.
See, they exist.
But an amazingly durable one. I'm happy to say I truly adore her.
A few years ago, Susan made a recording of French operetta arias, and she's offering a couple of numbers from that CD tonight. The first one is from a 1923 boulevard comedy called L'amour masqué, Love in a Mask.
Well, if that isn't time, then
I don't even think that's funny. Like, this is too soon. It's too soon for me. And anyways, it's not that kind of a mask. Thank God. It's a mask that covers your eyes at a masquerade ball.
Oh, I see.
Anyway, the main character is a rather liberated woman named Elle,
As in she.
Rivi, who is celebrating her 20th birthday. She's figured out a fabulous business model. Okay, get this. She keeps...
Actually, she is kept by.
She is kept by 2 boyfriends, and she makes both of them jealous, so they both keep giving her larger and larger monthly allowances. This is a brilliant business system. Anyways, of course, she's waiting for true love. But in the meantime, money is a great substitute.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Well, here's Susan Graham and the lovely and wonderful pianist Jeremy Frank.
Hello, Jeremy.
Hey, with J'ai deux amants.
J'ai 2 amants, c'est beaucoup mieux, car je fais croire à chacun d'eux que l'autre est le monsieur sérieux. Mon Dieu, que c'est bête, les hommes, ils me donnent la même somme, exactement par mois, mais je fais croire à chacun d'eux que l'autre m'a donné le double chaque fois. Et ma foi, ils me croient tous les deux. Je ne sais pas comment nous sommes, mais mon Dieu, que c'est bête un homme, mon Dieu, que c'est bête un homme. Alors, vous pensez un seul amant, c'est ennuyeux, c'est monotone et soupçonneux, tandis que 2, c'est vraiment mieux. Mon Dieu, que les hommes sont bêtes, on les ferait marcher sur la tête, facilement je crois, si par malheur ils n'avaient pas à cet endroit précis des ramures des bois qui leur vont et leur font un beau front ombrageux. Je ne sais pas comment nous sommes, mais mon Dieu, que c'est bête un homme, mon Dieu, que c'est bête un homme. Alors, vous pensez
When we were planning this show, I decided to throw caution to the winds and ask all the legendary mezzos to sing. Well, anyway, all the legendary mezzos for whom I had email addresses.
Okay.
So, in the past, I've been in contact with the supernova known as Joyce DiDonato. I worked up the courage to send her a note. Within a few hours, she was on board. I was thrilled. I mean, Joyce is a famous opera virtuoso, but she's also so beautiful in recital. So I shyly offered to play for her, you know, the drill. I would lovingly submit a track, and she would sing later on using a headphone, like Kate Lindsay did and Sasha did. And then our genius producer, Jonathan Estabrooks, would sync it up later. But
Joyce has been getting into accompanying herself these days, and as you saw from my song earlier, I'm totally feeling this trend. and therefore offered us some songs where she could both play and sing.
Well, it was too bad for me. But how could we say no? So here's the sensational Joyce DiDonato.
This is one of my favorite songs by an Argentinian composer, Alberto Ginastera. Canción al árbol del olvido, the song of the tree of forgetting. And it's about a person who wants desperately to forget somebody that they've lost. And they go to a tree in their village where if you lay down, you go to sleep. And when you wake up, apparently you have forgotten the person that you loved. And this person goes to forget their love, vidalitai. And they lay down, they sleep. But when he wakes up, the first thought is of vidalitai. And he realizes that he forgot to forget her.
Well, it looks like Joyce gave us an encore.
Yeah.
That little faux Baroque gem by Ronaldo Hahn, which sounds like it was written in the 1800s. It's actually written in 1916. It was just born old. Well, our next singer has a tune that is just as sexy as that one, but in a very different style. Her name is Rayanne Bryce Davis, and I first knew her just at the end of her student years. When she got done with her schooling, her career took off really fast, like a lightning, with big starring roles in Europe right out of the gate. You know, it couldn't have happened to a more deserving singer.
And Rayanne and I met fairly recently on a gig at Carnegie Hall where I believe I was playing a small Arab boy and she was playing a fishwife. So obviously typecast.
Wonderful role.
Or something like that. Honestly, though, she's one of my favorite kinds of singers, a major talent that can take on the most demanding roles, but yet a singer with purpose and vision. She just performed and masterminded a new operatic film short called Brown Sounds that just won the awards for Best Music Video from New York International Film Awards, Silk Road Film Awards Cannes, Hollywood Boulevard Film Festival, and amongst others. But also, and more importantly, she can just throw her hair back and just perform.
Yeah, wow. That's incredible what she's achieved.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it came time to choose a song for this concert, Rayanne had some really fascinating suggestions. In fact, a whole bunch of songs I wasn't familiar with. And then I became a little obsessed with one of them. It's called March Moon by the Black American composer Hale Smith. And it's set to a Langston Hughes poem. Hale Smith had a distinguished career as a composer and a teacher. And, you know, he mentored both Jesse Norman and Dizzy Gillespie.
Wow.
Yeah. His music for this song is so evocative and special. Well, anyway, here are Rayanne Bryce Davis and pianist Esme Wong to cast the spell.
Is naked, the wind
So, it looks like we're getting an encore from Susan Graham as well. C'est ça la vie by Moïse Simons. Wait, I thought Moïse Simons was Cuban, not French. Did we do one of his songs at Juilliard in the Latin show?
Yeah. Simons was Cuban.
Okay.
And the song was Palmyra.
Palmyra! I love that song.
It's such a great song. But in the early 30s, a lot of Havana's musicians emigrated to Paris to get away from the escalating political violence at home. It was really terrible. And then Paris fell in love with Cuban music. And Simons ended up staying and writing a French operetta called Toi, c'est moi. And this is one of the hit tunes. Now, it tells a revisionist, feminist version of Carmen. In this one, she falls in love with Escamillo.
Okay.
He dumps her for another girl. C'est la vie. Then he repents and they get back together. And then he cheats on her again. This time, she kills him. C'est la vie.
Here's Susan Graham and pianist Jeremy Frank once again with this French tango habanera.
Hi, it's Renee Fleming. I just want to congratulate New York Festival of Song on more than 30 years of celebrating an art form we all love and adore. Fantastic job and chapeau to Stephen Blyer. Now, I know you're honoring mezzo sopranos tonight, including several superstar friends of mine, Flicka, Susie, Joyce, Denise, Isabel, and you know who you all are, extraordinary artists, gorgeous voices, and great all-around human beings. But I'm just making a pitch that next year, and I know this is crazy, you consider featuring sopranos. I mean, nobody ever gives us the spotlight. Honestly, we're almost as overlooked as tenors. So go ahead and once again, give the limelight to these fantastic ladies, but please don't forget about the lesser known voice types who need love too. Have fun. Enjoy the gala.
Wait, was that Renee Fleming, or am I having a drug flashback?
I think that was actually Renee. And I feel attacked.
Whoa. Well, let's talk about that later. Now I am having a drug flashback. Well, I guess there's only one way to follow Renee Fleming. And that would be a greeting and a song from the legendary Frederica von Stade, a.k.a. Flicka. My very first job in music was playing 4 hours of Barbara Seville rehearsal in September of 1972. And the Rosina in that show was Flicka.
Wow.
And ever since that day, she's been a beacon for me, and I think for all of us, one of the great, loving, generous spirits in our world.
I know it's funny. One of my first professional experiences was also with Flicka. Martin Katz had organized a local Ann Arbor-based performance of Bernstein's Candide, in which, not surprisingly, I played Paquette.
Paquette, of course.
And somehow, Flicka agreed to play the old lady. And I don't think it quite dawned on me then what a big star she was and what a privilege it was to perform with someone like that at like such an early age.
You know, for reasons I can't quite explain, I got my heart set on having Flicka sing an old French song from 1930 called Parlez-moi d'amour by Jean Lenoir. And Flicka said yes.
Nice.
Now, she'd never sung it before. So here she is with pianist Jim Meredith.
Et je vais parler d'amour. L'amour que je tiens pour mes collègues, pour mes amis, les plus grands mezzo-sopranos du monde. Je vous adore. Et j'adore notre chef, Steven Blayer. L'amour. Vas-y.
we are ready for our finale.
Sure are.
So as Steve and I were discussing this program and our performance of Corcovado, and I honestly don't remember why this happened, but I just sort of blurted out, wouldn't it be funny if we got some of the singers to perform Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Better? But Steve initially wasn't so sure everyone would want to participate. It would be a major feat of editing and coordination. And he thought maybe it would be better just between like me and Sasha, for example.
Yeah. But then...
Manageable.
It's not manageable. But then Sasha actually ended up convincing me that it would be weird to feature just 2 singers out of this whole mighty crew. And why not just ask everybody and see what they said? And to my shock, everybody agreed, and quickly.
So you needed Sasha to convince you my vision wasn't enough?
Basically, yeah.
Feel attacked again. No, that's okay. I actually respect that. Anyway, we've tweaked the lyrics to make them fit the theme a little bit better, which is kind of exciting.
Yeah.
That was really fun to do.
Transatlantic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this was a crazy, crazy effort of assembly and construction. And as I gather, it was also a huge joy for the whole bunch of mezzos who rarely get to perform with one another. So here's Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Better, to finish off this incredible evening. Maybe you all can decide who does it best. I certainly cannot.
I did it best. Thank you to everyone who donated to NYFOS. We're very, very grateful. Good night and enjoy.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Anything you can sing, I can sing lower. I can sing anything lower than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
I can sing Rosina faster than a cheetah.
Well, I've been singing Carmen while you were only starting.
I can live on bread and cheese.
And only on that?
Yes.
Ooh, girl, you crazy.
Anything you can get, I can do better. No one gets more for an opera than me.
15K.
With a car.
Private jet.
And a bar.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. No, I can't.
Oh, I don't care so much about money. I just let my agent take care of my fees. When you've been in the business as long as I have, you generally get what you want. Any role you have sung, I have sung longer. I have sung everything longer than you.
Cherubino.
91.
Dorabella.
90.
Composer.
90, 93, 94, 98, 2001, 2005, 2006, 2010. That's a lot.
Companies love me cause I don't cause trouble. The most low maintenance mezzo of all. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'd sing a cantata in nothing but a schmata. I'd sing a recital in Discount David's Bridal. I can sing without a mask. And where would that be? Soon. Oh, yeah. Soon.
Any school where you went, I could be master. I could be master much faster than you.
Vocalies?
1 or 2.
Repertoire?
Not a clue.
You can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Flicka, oh, it's so good to see. I've been studying your records since I was a child.
That's odd. If that were the case, I would have expected your portrayals to be a bit more convincing.
Yeah, you would. Any role you can sing, I can sing better. I can sing any role better than you.
Cendrillon.
Oh, you bet.
Mélisande.
Have we met?
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
My carabiner was better than yours, dear. No one sang non-stop you better than me.
In your dreams.
Don't attack.
Flicka, please.
It's a fact.
Take it back.
Take it back. It's a fact. what?
I've become essential.
I am quintessential.
I'm on all the broadcasts.
Well, let's see if that lasts.
I can sing most anything.
A sustained high D sharp.
Aren't you supposed to be retired?
Girls, we shouldn't be fighting. We all know that mezzos are the best in the business. We've got to stick together like a team. Get a team.
Anything you can sing, mezzo sing better. Mezzo sing anything better than you.
Don Elvira,
Marguerite, Julius Caesar, Mary Widow, Old Lang Syne, Three Blind Mice, Jingle Bells,
Shabbos prayers.
No, you can't.
Yes, we can. Yes, we Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Anything you can sing, I can sing lower. I can sing anything lower than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
I can sing Rosina faster tan a cheetah.
Well, I've been singing Carmen while you were only starting.
I can live on bread and cheese.
And only on that?
Yes.
Ooh, girl, you crazy.
Anything you can get, I can do better. No one gets more for an opera than me.
15K.
With a car.
Private jet.
And a bar.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. No, I can't.
Oh, I don't care so much about money. I just let my agent take care of my fees. When you've been in the business as long as I have, you generally get what you want. Any role you have sung, I have sung longer. I have sung everything longer than you.
Cherubino.
91.
Dorabella.
90.
Composer.
90, 93, 94, 98, 2001, 2005, 2006, 2010.
That's a lot.
Companies love me because I don't cause trouble. The most low maintenance mezzo of all. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'd sing a cantata in nothing but a schmata. I'd sing a recital in Discount David's Bridal. I can sing without a mask. And where would that be? Soon. Oh, yeah. Soon. Any school where you went, I could be master. I could be master much faster than you.
Vocalies.
One or two.
Repertoire.
Not a clue.
You can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Flicka, oh, it's so good to see you. I've been studying your records since I was a child.
That's odd. If that were the case, I would have expected your portrayals to be a bit more convincing.
Yeah, you would. Any role you can sing, I can sing better.